Welcome back, folks. This is another episode of It's About Payroll. We got a great season in review, season 14. Can you believe it, sir? What is going
Yeah,
on,
man.
Walt?
Season 14,
Season
another
14,
episode.
bro.
Almost to 200 episodes. Will be at 200 episodes by the end of close to 200 episodes by the end of the year.
Yes,
And yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
me
It's just
too.
exciting stuff, man.
Yeah, me too. And we got something really special lined up for episode 200 as we
Yeah, yeah.
approach
So
that. I'm excited about that, man. What's good with you, man?
nothing much, man. Like, well, everything's good.
Everything's good.
You know,
Hey, yes.
everything's
Oh,
good.
yeah. I love that
Everything's
you
good.
changed that, bro. Word up.
Yeah, bro.
No doubt.
Yeah, it just hit me today when we were talking. I was just like, you know what? Like, because people say nothing much, and it's just subconsciously because it's just like,
You
oh,
programming that.
but everything's good.
That's
Yeah,
right.
everything's good,
That's
man.
right.
So, yeah, how about you?
Not much.
See?
Everything's good. You see, it's that reprogramming, bro. And it's
Yeah, bro.
so Walt and I have always been on this positive getting better journey, right? Since
Mhm.
I think that's what helped us click when we first met. Just
Yeah.
wanting more for ourselves, wanting better, wanting more, wanting different, like just growth and
Mhm.
things like that. And very recently, we came across this speech, and there's just really positive affirmations, or
Yeah.
and breaks down, and it's really is by Napoleon Hill, and
Mhm.
it really. I read his book Think and Grow Rich back in the day, and if y'all haven't read it, read it. It's a great read. It's short, and he really went into how prayer is really auto suggestion, right? And one of the things he
Mhm.
says in this speech is each time I pray, I rewire my subconscious,
Yeah.
right? And that was something that I just came to, like, to realize that our subconscious is only 5% are active, or our consciousness rather is 5% active and
Mhm.
95% sub and unconscious, right? So we're changing the way we talk, we're changing the way we think. And like what it equates to is, some folks have heard of the Secret. There's a book out there called The Secret,
Yeah, the
right?
secret. Yeah, that's
And just positivity, you know what I mean? And what you put out, you get back. And if you
yeah.
say, just like you said, nothing much is good, then you know what? The subconscious is gonna be like, oh, nothing
Yeah.
much is good. This guy doesn't want much. So
Yeah.
just keep
Yeah.
delivering that.
So you're saying like what's good? Because there's no because yes, you mean like hey, like how's it? How are you doing?
Right.
Or what's going on?
Right.
What's going
Right.
on? And like nothing
Nothing much.
much. But it doesn't equate to
That's
that,
right.
right? It's just like okay,
That's right.
like when we say what's good, everything's
Everything is
good.
good. I love
You know what I'm
that. I
saying?
love
So
that, man. Yep.
yeah,
And
bro.
like another one, how
Yeah,
we
man.
say, like, people, oh, I hope, and I hope. Nope, don't hope it.
Yep.
Just know it.
Yep.
It will be,
Yep.
right?
Yes,
We
sir.
don't wait for better days. We create better
Yeah,
days,
we create them.
right?
Yeah, we operate in them. Yeah,
Yeah. So
walk in them. Yep.
yeah, man. So
Yes, sir.
we just keep doing that. Yeah. So I was excited
Sure.
about this episode because we, like, not that I don't love guests, but we just haven't had
Yeah.
just a kind of a free. No, we have something to talk about. Don't worry, folks. But just like a non-guest
Yeah.
episode in a while,
Yeah.
and
We don't get us wrong. We love
we
our
love our
guests.
guests.
Yes.
Yes, yes, absolutely. No, come on, don't get that
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy. But like,
Yeah.
talking smack without worrying,
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
keeping the
Yeah.
guests,
Yeah.
or like, taking their
Yeah.
time. Like, I'm very sensitive of their
Yeah.
time and their effort. So
Yeah.
like, I just wanted more of a free form. Like, oh, we can talk smack, talk
Yep.
about this
We're the
season
OG,
in
the
review.
OGs, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Any ooh. Financial fitness. I don't want to forget about financial fitness. I always want this to be a part, even if
Yeah.
we have one thing. And for this show, right, I really want to make sure we're giving advice to the payroll pro. What can you do to save
Mm-hmm.
your company money? The financial fitness. So for payroll
Mm-hmm.
pros, there's a bunch. You got any off the top of your head? Any tips to
No,
save
go
the
ahead.
company money? No.
No.
Well, now I'm drawing a blank, but
Oh, okay. So like, there's different things you can do.
just
Like,
one.
how's your so okay. So shipping, right?
Ooh, yes, good one.
Your
Yes.
courier, like, are you using one standard courier? Or so let's just say, are you using FedEx for all your locations if you have multiple
Yep.
locations, depending on how your setup
Mm-hmm.
is, right? And or are you using different? like local couriers for certain
That last mile.
cities, states.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that will save you
Yep.
some, maybe save you some
Yep.
coin, right?
Not only that,
Potentially. So,
how about no shipping at all? How about get
yeah.
to a point where you're not having to deal with shipping, and really the solve for payroll is really on the onboarding, right? Because we always talk about how because you really need to 100% try to mitigate it or eliminate it is like on new hire. You have to say, okay, hey, it's pay card, it's direct deposit or direct deposit via pay card
Yep.
or via the traditional direct deposit.
Yep.
And now we have like kind of a third player in there, the Chimes of the world, the Cash App. You can get direct deposit, the Cash App of the world, which are not actually. Well, I guess they do have a banking. I guess that is now they are a bank. I guess,
Yeah. Yeah.
and right. So like we have now that third option where it's not a traditional
They're
bank.
just considered online bank.
Right.
So, totally 100%
100%,
online
no
bank.
no brick and mortar. That's which is the
Yeah.
downside. So it's like if you need cash, you got to find. I don't even know how you would do that. Are you able to get
They, they,
cash?
they have certain
ATMs
ATMs
that
in their
are
network.
okay. There. Oh,
So
so it's
I,
yeah,
I, I, I think some of them like are those green dot
yeah,
ATMs that might be at CVS
right.
or
But it's in
Walgreens,
the
those type
network.
of things.
So
Yes. Mhm.
point is, if you want to try to save the company money, look at the shipping, and
Yes.
look at it. What can you do based on what Walt just said, based on what I just said, and that's a good way to do it.
Hmm.
Like folks always talking about, and we do this because folks always say they always
Hmm.
say, oh, payroll is just an expense and HR is a back office expense and blah 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 blah. Well, not necessarily. We can find ways to help you save money. And that's what the financial fitness is about here and now on the show. We're always going to drop a little tip for
Hmm.
y'all. Other than
Yeah.
that, what you got for us on the round the pay horn here for some news?
So I saw this commercial about Paycom,
Hmm.
and they had James Marsden in it.
Who is that?
Um,
You said it last time, like I should know. Oh,
you know who it
I'm
is.
sure
Like,
I
you
know his
know,
face.
he's been in like a lot of different movies. The only one that's coming to mind, he has so many other good
Oh, I'm gonna look
movies
him up.
out there, but he was Cyclops in X
Cyclops
Men.
and X Men. Cyclops and X
Yeah,
Men. Okay,
like the
I don't
the
really.
first, I think the first Cyclops, like
Marsden.
the movie.
Oh yeah,
He,
yeah.
yeah,
I know
he
this
was the
guy.
president. He was the president in that show, The
Yes,
Paradise.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh my God, he was in the
yeah,
Notebook,
yeah. He was. Oh, yeah,
the
good
classic,
movie
the
too.
classic romance movie.
The Notebook.
The Notebook. Yeah,
Yeah, he
got
had a
it.
lot of good movies,
Okay,
man. But he was, I guess, he was the CEO or the owner of a
he was
company in the
playing
commercial.
in the commercial. Okay, got it.
Yeah, he was playing that part, and he was walking around, and everybody was just like enamored by how, or just so mind blown by how he knew everybody's information, right? So,
Mm,
but he was walking around like speaking into his phone on the Paycom app or site and saying like, "Hey, I want." Like, tell me about this employee. Tell me about that employee, and then he was telling them like, "Hey, happy anniversary," or "Happy this," or "Hey, you know, you did a good job on this," or whatever.
very
So
cool.
that's kind of what it was. And so when I saw that, it automatically sparked the idea, the memory about how you said on that episode we did
With
many
AI.
months ago,
Yeah.
like if I could have a wish
Yep.
list, I would want to like voice command into, to tell AI to do this for me,
Yep.
to do that for me, to do this for me. I mean, I think yours goes a little bit
Oh yeah,
deeper
because
even
more
than
on the
that.
payroll side. That's more on like the HR
Yeah,
side, employee engagement.
yeah,
My stuff is
yeah,
like HR. I mean payroll. Like, hey, run this
yeah.
payroll register. you know, what I mean?
Yeah, but I think it's going to be great for employees because I
Calculate this
think right
batch.
now, yeah, it said right now, I think there's different levels. From what I can see, I need more information on it,
Hmm.
but from what I can see, there's executives, managers, and employees that can all use
Oh,
it.
okay. Oh, for
Um,
sure.
you know, yeah.
Access
So like,
permissions, right? Like what you're privy
yeah,
to, right?
yep.
And by team. So,
So
you can't
yeah,
go ask about somebody else's teammate. You just can ask about yours. CEO can get
yeah,
everybody.
yep.
That makes sense. That's dope, man. No, we did a demo with Paycom recently, and they had a lot of. I'm not surprised by the AI that they're advertising because they
Mhm.
showed us a bunch of different features as far as AI. But again, thing is, payroll that we're not really impacting payroll in a meaningful way for payroll processors.
Okay.
We can venture to say, oh, payroll, like So what I told the guy in the demo, the salesperson in the demo, I said, "Yeah, I know your commercial, and I got a bone to pick with you." And he started laughing right away, and I was like, "Employees are not doing payroll, bro." He's like, "No, I know," and da da da, but
Oh, okay, okay.
right, because the commercial will have you think that employees can do their own payroll. And maybe
Okay.
we got to talk about that one day, is like how many different angles people see payroll, right? Because like
Mm-hmm.
my wife is nearby. My wife thinks she does payroll too, but she does, she does it from a manager's perspective by clearing all the earning codes and the time and the it's a part of it, but that's the
Yes.
pre-payroll process, right? That's the manager's angle, right? And so the
Mhm.
employee in that commercial is doing something very different. They're clearing their missed punches
Yeah.
and they're Eric whatever, and they're submitting whoever knows, but it's only through the time card and maybe some payment, who knows, but it's very from the pre-processing perspective, right? That
Yep.
information then comes to a payroll pro, and we
Mhm.
synthesize all that, organize that, validate that data, process that data into something that looks like a check,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So it's it, and the point is, AI hasn't gotten there yet.
Yeah, I think it's on his
It's
way.
oh yeah, right. We heard recently another demo where they're saying that they have it kind of in on the auditing, where they might pick up anomalies. And I don't know if that's AI. That might still be
Yeah.
automation, right? Because there's that conversation of,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
companies are
yeah.
now just calling AI or automation AI, right? We've
Mhm.
had automation for 40 years. Like,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
right, they just go, let me apply
Yeah.
it here, and it's AI now.
Yeah. I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna really see a launch in the payroll industry where it just rapidly changes,
Yes,
and we're gonna transform into those payroll
pilots.
pilots
Yep,
overnight.
yep. Yep, you're right. Because the R&D departments are going crazy right now trying to figure it out,
Mhm.
right? And I would love to see if we could find one of them, like, to work with and like consult on and peek behind the hood here, and and be like, "Ooh, we know what's going on." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they definitely working on it. And shoot, and I was telling you, I was reading an article yesterday about AI and how it's impacting software as a service, SaaS products.
Mhm.
And they're like, the debate is it going to impact SaaS products or is it not? And the reason why
Yeah.
it's a conversation now is because the most recent version of ChatGPT can log into apps for you. So now you
Yeah.
don't have to open the app. You can just log in through chat, and now chat is starting to become a dashboard of sorts.
Mhm.
So there's a concern there, because if it can access the data and the information to what's happening, it might be able to mimic and replicate that process and
Mhm.
functionality, and all of a sudden you don't need the app anymore. Your chat will do it for
Yeah.
you, or
Mhm.
the AI will do it for you. So there's a lot of I love where we are. I've always dreamed of being in a pioneering, revolutionary place in business, and
Yep.
we are there. And with payroll,
Yep.
right, and we're there with what we do best. So that's even
It's
more.
an exciting time.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time to
Yes.
be in payroll,
Yep.
to be a part of this industry, and
Yep.
we're gonna see what happens, man.
Yeah, for sure. So my article is man, I heard there was like big when we had Jim on, and he's like, the layoffs, and I was like,
Mhm.
what layoffs? And I didn't even really know. I heard of it, but I didn't know if they were still talking about the same ones that, back when, what's his name, Elon was, laying everybody off.
Yeah.
So anywho, as it becomes more real
Yeah.
and every companies are getting hit, and I was in New York for the weekend, and flying, I had bought some New York papers, that like newspapers, a Sunday. So
Mhm.
I went and
Mhm.
got like some breakfast stuff, and I was bought the Sunday paper, and it was that a tradition that I used to do a lot there. I don't do it here. I don't
Yeah.
know why, but it was something that I was like, just hit me. What, anywho, got the New York paper,
Yeah.
was reading
That
it.
nostalgia.
Then yeah, it was
That
nostalgic.
nostalgia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
reading it on the plane ride back, and so I came across an article that just said it's a layoff survival guide, and it just basically, it says steps to take before and after the loss of a job. It goes into things, but so it says before you get laid off, get organized. The minute you get wind of a possible layoff, start readying your finances, medical needs, and personal belongings. If possible, cut back on spending, save up to 3 to 6 months of living expenses, says Christopher Kays, the Department of Management chair at George Washington University School of Business. Familiarize yourself with your state's unemployment laws and federal rules on notification, because if your company goes into an official rift, they have to report it. They have to,
Mhm.
list it with like government site. That's what it's referring to. So you could actually
Mhm.
know before it comes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll. I don't know if I don't think they list people like who's getting laid off, but you may know before it actually happens at your company. Again, I don't know the rules specifically, but that's what it's saying. Get familiar
Mhm.
with it. And
Yeah.
this is from the Newsday, by the way, the New York Newsday. I don't know if there may not be a link, but that's why I'm putting it out there. Like if y'all want to look at it, it's in the Long Island business section. I was on Long Island when I got it, so the Long Island edition of the Newsday. So what else? Is understand your benefits, says Diana Brown, head of people for fintech company Eco. If you have a flexible spending account, you may want to use the funds before losing them in the layoff, she added, which is a really
Mhm.
good call out. Make any health and dental appointments to use your coverage while you can. Very smart. Workers also might want to take home valuable personal items from their desk because you may not have a chance to when they lay your hands off. Yeah, I'm not trying
Mhm.
to make it light and funny of it. Please don't take it that way. I've been laid.
No,
You know
I've
what I
seen that
mean?
happen. I've
It's
seen when they escort somebody out of the building,
and that's you don't get a
and
lot of change.
you don't have a tough time because you feel rushed
Yeah,
to try to get all your stuff, and then
yeah.
you don't check a drawer for this, and there's
Mm-hmm.
a picture of somebody in there or something
Yep.
that's sentimental or meaningful to
Yep.
someone. Yeah,
Something
so I get it.
else to think about also, what that made me think about is like the little personal things that we may save on our company computer, right? It
Yep.
may not be, I'm not talking about malicious stuff. Like, oh, I saved my daughter's pictures from something. You know what I mean? Like one day I had downloaded my daughter's dance pictures to my company website before I saved it to everybody. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
little silly things, like not malicious, nothing like that. Just like stuff that you save there, like unwittingly, like not even realizing, oh man, wait, I got a bunch of stuff there. I need to sh- copy off, email it to
Yep.
myself, right? Best practices, don't do personal stuff on your work computer and definitely don't save
Yep.
stuff. That's the best practice. But think,
Mhm.
it's especially if they don't have it locked down properly, if IT doesn't have it locked
Mhm.
down properly, you're going to end up saving stuff. And
Yep.
you don't think to move it off on a regular basis. I kind of do it as on a regular cadence now, unfortunately, because it's just like that. I get into good habit because it happened to me, right? I don't like getting burned twice.
Mhm.
So twice,
Yeah.
twice. I got burned, got burnt once, and I couldn't save all my stuff. I don't think I
Yeah.
really lost anything, but still, I was annoyed that I couldn't look. You know.
Mhm.
So that okay. So that was a good one. What else? What does it say here? It includes workers also might want to take home valuable personal. Okay. Yep. Access. Okay. Digital
Mhm.
address books, yep. Correspondence items. Oh, so they do actually mention it. Correspondence or items workers may want to use for their portfolios, said Juliana Schroeder, an associate professor in the management of organizations group at University of California at Berkeley. Haas School of Business. Geez, how long is the name? But be cautious. You could be in legal trouble if you take assets belonging to the company. Thank you. That's exactly. Don't
Mhm.
take their shit. Just take your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, stay connected. It says keep your resume, professional profile, connections up to date. Experts say that's a great thing to do on a rainy day in general. Exactly right. We talk about that a lot too, like updating your resume
Mhm.
on a regular basis in real
And
time.
look,
Go ahead.
yes, and I think that you should do it because you never know what's going to
That's
happen,
it.
right?
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, you may work for a great company, but we've all been through a recession. Most of us have been through a recession, especially those of us that are older
Mm-hmm.
and in the workforce a little bit longer. We went through a couple of different things, bad economies and stuff like that, and I've seen layoffs occur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately, we're in
So
payroll. We're part of them. We're part of it.
yeah, mhm.
What else? Stay connected. Resume. So it recommends workers join relevant job groups on social networks. Suggest connecting with colleagues who may be affected by the layoffs. Remember to keep
Mm-hmm.
conversations off company owned services such as email and chats. Good idea. This can help create a support system for sharing resources later. You might find some people already banding together, she said. Network and apply. Connections often turn into jobs, Stonehouse said. So start conversations with people in your network who are employed by or know people of potential future employers, but do not make it public that you are looking for a job, he added. Act as though you're always on the market, constantly considering backups. Again, these are tips like if you know layoffs are coming, but you don't know if you're,
Yeah.
you kind of getting, this is proactive. So you don't want to be like, oh, I'm out looking for work. If you're laid off, you can jump on known opportunities, apply for new jobs before you're unemployed. It's going to take weeks or months to get hired. Yep. So you want to get ahead of it. So now then that
Yeah.
was before you get laid off. Then there's some tips here for when you actually get laid off. It says take care of business, obtain and read all read through all of the layoff documents, experts say. This includes getting
Mm-hmm.
details like your last day, any other terms or of separation. Ask your employer about health care, whether there is a severance package, and what information will be communicated to potential future employers. Kane said some
Mm-hmm.
companies also offer counseling or access to staffing agencies. Yep. Stonehouse said if your employer doesn't offer outplacement support, check at local associations, community and government organizations, as they may provide resources. Brown recommends severance may also be negotiable from how long workers will be paid to when their benefits end. You can note how your package compares to others in your industry, Schroeder said, adding that it's good to have data to back it up. Look at that. Didn't even think about that. Before signing any official documents, workers may want to seek legal advice, especially if they think their decision was retaliatory or discriminatory or violates any employment agreement. Very good call out. Says Jeffrey Siminoff of Senior Vice President Workplace Dignity at the non for profit Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights. Document everything in case a legal issue arises later, Schroeder said. Remain calm. Don't let emotions get the best of you, experts advise. A big mistake people make is they take it personally and they have a poor reaction. They risk burning a bridge. That's a good call out.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of good stuff in there, man.
And then the last part is after you get laid off, give yourself time. Emotional recovery after losing a job may take days, weeks, or even months. It took me months. One time, said Kays, give yourself permission and space and grace to grieve. Right? I added the grace part. They didn't say grace. Thought about you right there. You lose a piece of your identity. Yeah, you lose a piece of your identity, he said. So there's an emotional toll to that. Right. This resonates with me. I went into a bad place getting laid off recently. Anderson said, yeah, you had to deal with it. My bad, bro. Thanks for dealing with me. Anderson suggests unplugging and turning to your support network, maintaining the same schedule you had pre-layoff. Yep, can help with some of the negative psychological effects. Get up at the same time, get dressed, and continue with your workout routine. And I tell people all the time, it takes 8 hours a day to find a full time job. So you
Yeah.
can't, if you're out of work, you have no excuse. You need to spend 8 hours per day, at least seven, right, with lunch. Strategize next steps. It may be a good time to consider whether you want to broaden your skills. If you have that luxury, go to school, take a class, get a certification, pivot into a new career. We need people in payroll. So there's a big push for us as payroll folks to really campaign for this because we need people in payroll. So I'm
Yes, sir.
looking, right. I'm starting to think of how can we actually attract some of these folks, tell them about payroll. Our book dropping soon will be one of those tools. Troy Markison's series, another one of those tools that people could share and say, hey, if you're interested in payroll, watch this series.
Mhm.
Might be an opportunity versus a crisis. Whatever you do, pause before posting volatile messages on social media, which make feel good in the moment, but can cause problems later on. Very good note to add on. Don't let social,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I really hate that we're going through that. Like you asked me recently, is anything really recession proof? And unfortunately, it's a hit or miss, right? I don't think there's no, I don't think there's any such thing as recession proof, because something could happen that impacts that business. I don't think there's any one business that I can think of. Maybe there is something. I don't think so, but like I was telling my mom too. I was like, look, COVID really hit restaurants really
Mhm.
hard. Some
Yeah, it changed
closed.
it.
It changed the restaurant game, right?
Mhm.
Closed restaurants that were like iconic, that they were just like, you know what? I'm done. This is my sign. I'm done. I'm selling. I'm out. I'm done.
It changed a lot of those places that had the human interaction,
Yes.
right? Where you had
Oh,
to interact to get a service, right? Barbers,
education.
salons,
Yes.
educations,
Yep.
like those different things.
Hmm.
Like a lot of like small businesses were
Yes.
impacted.
Yeah. Now, the next wave is AI. Is AI
Mhm.
in that same? I don't know if no, it wasn't that article, but it was in the paper as well. Damn, it was a big name. I don't know if it was Amazon. Amazon. I feel like it was Amazon. Fact check me,
Mhm.
but not you, but anybody. I think they
Mhm.
did a lot of layoffs, and they were kind of saying that AI is allowing us to gain some efficiencies in some administrative areas. You know what I mean? And they laid off thousands of people.
I think it was Meta.
Meta. Okay, thank you. So I knew it was a big. I know one of those big tech names.
It might have been
I
them
mean, it
too. It
might
might have
have
been
been.
all of them.
No, I mean, because they've been doing it for a while now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate that it's happening. I can speak from a. We've
Yeah.
both been there, right? It is what it
Mhm.
is. It happens, and look, you gotta rebound, right? You're not here to wait for better days. You got to create them, because no one is
Yeah.
looking to create the better day for you. So,
Wow.
right,
Yeah.
you got
I
to
just
create it.
Googled it, and there's a lot of
Lay
a
off
lot
a
of
lot of companies laying off,
companies on
right?
here.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even some payroll companies on here.
I would imagine. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. See what I told. See, I keep saying it. It's gonna. AI is definitely gonna impact the juniors, and even Anita Latink said it, right? Like and probably many other analysts and minds and thinking thought leaders like her in other industries. Any repetitive task
Yeah.
that anyone can do can be replaced by AI, right?
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah, man.
upskill, man. We got to upskill. We got to learn more. We got to keep doing more. We got to upskill. I feel like we're veterans are
Wow.
in a good place with payroll, because if you've been doing payroll for a long time, it's a long time before they could replace folks like us with AI, right?
Mhm.
And then don't be a dinosaur. We're the ones who need to usher it in and help our companies bring it in and implement and test and do the things, right? We need to be the liaisons. We need to
Agree,
become
man.
the pilots. Don't be the
We
one that's
do.
like, oh, we don't need AI. No, we don't need it. No, no, no. Don't be a dinosaur. Like, you need to bring it in as a payroll pro, right? Start looking at how to learn and upskill. So
Yes, sir. All right. Let's get into it,
let's
man.
get into it, man. Let me get.
We'll keep it short and sweet. You got
Oh, well, damn. Okay, 30 minutes. No, no, no. We're good. 30 minutes. We've been on a little longer, but we've only been recording for 30 minutes, so we're good.
Okay.
Not bad. I'm trying to get organized here.
You
You want
good.
you want to start us off, bro?
Okay. So I got some questions here for us. 6 questions, and you can just while you're getting your list ready, I'll read over the first one. What moment from season 14 surprised you the most? Either from
Mm,
a guest, a topic, or something that you learned while recording.
jeez, damn. I'm just looking at the season now, bro. We had some. This was one of the best seasons of guests that we've
Yes.
ever put together, and I mean,
I mean, all
no,
our guests have been
all of our
great.
guests are
Yeah.
great, but there's some seasons
Yeah.
where we only have a few, right?
Yeah.
This season, it's almost every episode that we got a guest here,
Predominantly
right?
guests. Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Really, this is almost every bro. It's every episode.
Yeah.
I
Literally,
sorted by. I didn't do it for
no
you
one
on the
close.
doc. I sorted for me by season 14. I'm looking at
Mhm.
this is every episode. Okay, no, one, two. No, Jody's unexpected career. No, yeah, no. Two episodes that weren't with a guest out of how many episodes? Where's the count? 14? Yep. Out of 14 episodes, only two didn't have a guest.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
from
man.
episode 164 to
Hmm.
episode one, oh no, 13. So to episode 178. And look, and what I want to do real quick, I'm going to answer your question, but Michael Steen, Michael Ritzema, sorry if I pronounce it wrong, Michael. Max Van der Klis-Busink, John Lee, Victoria Mattingly, Aaron Martin Part 2, Marshall, I forget his last name, Sanders Offner, Jody Cox. Then we had that Overpaid and Under Arrest, which was a great payroll true crime.
Did you say Tiana Neal?
Tiana Neal, where's she at? Oh, I don't have it. I guess it's not marked as 14.
Oh, okay, but we recorded with her. Is that we recorded with her, or did she record with us?
Oh, we might have recorded with her.
Okay.
Yeah. Where was that? Sanders Offner, Jody Cox, the true payroll crime, Dean Matthews, William Davis, Brent Skinner, Kira. Well, I'm blanking on Kira's last name. Rubiano. Yes, how could I forget?
Mhm.
And I mean, gosh. And then the last one we just was a kind of not kind of, it was a recycled episode from the show that we do. It's about your paycheck, future of tipped earners. But holy moly, bro, this is star
Yeah,
studded,
yeah.
like just influencer studded payroll
And you said
powerhouse.
you said the guys at Rain show and Aaron.
Oh, I forgot about Shohan, right? Because it wasn't just Aaron Martin.
Yeah,
It was Shohan is
yeah,
also on that show with Rain.
yeah,
Aaron was at a different company when he came on the first time. Now he's at Rain, and he had
yeah.
Shohan on with us. I mean, what was? Oh, let me go back to it. What the moments that surprised you the most, either from a guest, a topic, or something you learned during recording? First of all, I learned from all of these episodes. I always learn
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
What surprised me the most, topic or any surprises. I'll tell you what surprised me. Michael Steen, bro.
yeah.
This guy, I mean, I'm talking about smooth operator. This guy is smoother than cooler than the other side of the pillow. Like I did not expect. And then, and I don't know if people know this, but Kira, oh, I should have not did that. Sorry. Somebody told me later on that he did do some acting, right? Because he gives me actor vibes. Like he gives me like he should be in
Okay,
Hollywood
I got
vibes,
you.
right? So I think that was a big surprise. Like, whoa, who's this guy? You know what I mean? What about you?
I think like all the guests were in their own right were spectacular, right? Because we got to learn from so many different people. One of the things that I was so fascinated with is because I've never done trucking payroll.
Yes.
And I've never done, so that episode there was just
Mm-hmm.
like it was so because we learned so much.
And we,
He was
yeah,
just dropping so many different nuggets
yes.
about how trucking payroll works.
And we were
You know, so
talking
for me,
about
I found that fascinating.
yes, yes. And we
Yeah,
were talking about that for so long about having like
yeah.
the very niche
Industry
specialty,
specific.
yes,
Yeah.
payrolls
Mhm.
on. And he was our first one. We talked about it a million times, but he was the first one to
Mhm.
come on and like really break it down for
We
us.
yeah, we had reached out to some other people. It didn't work
Yeah.
out, and like, he was like you said, he was the first one to come
And
on. And
3 years later, 100 episode 165,
yeah,
So
so let me ask you
yeah.
this: what episode do you think resonated the most with our audience, and
Oh,
why?
I don't, I couldn't call it, man. Like these are all I have no idea, bro. Like that, maybe the analytics will show more than that,
Yeah.
because again, such good topics, and now, and I want to run through. So we had the trucking payroll. We had Max on for the second time because he published his book, The Global Payroll Manager. Do I have it here? No, the playbook, Global Payroll Manager Playbook. I'm still reading that. John Lee, he talked about his software that is kind of helps you with compliance if you're for remote workers. Victoria
Mhm.
Mattingly, bro, like that one was a good one. I really liked. I think resonates maybe that one because I
Oh,
she
go ahead.
because I I didn't know what to expect.
Okay. Okay. That's,
And I was really like the things that she said, what resonates with me from that episode is how she calls soft skills power skills.
yep. Yep.
And by
Yep.
the way,
Yep.
Max calls them essential skills.
Yep.
So, but that I'm just learning now because I'm reading the book. So that's a look back. But from that episode, I love the way that because soft skills could give a different connotation,
Yeah.
So Rain, the thing that came from me with that episode was how they have like financial wellness built into their app and things for employees to learn about financial wellness. Not just go ahead and use the product and use the service, but hey, if you want to get better with your money, we have some tools for you, right?
Hmm.
Marshall was great. He has a very good, he's for more business owners, right? Where if you need money, if you're if you're coming short on payroll and you need to figure out how to pay your payroll, right? Because that's how most payroll true crime stories happen. It's the owners that
Hmm.
are not don't want to pay their payroll tax because they running out of money and da da da. Marshall will help you as a company to get that. Sanders Offner, great business owner. Customer service is what I remember from him. Like they go above and beyond on the customer service piece. Jody Cox, come on, man. Jody Cox, like we
Hmm.
love Jody. Like she is the co-founder of Payroll Support Network in the UK, and we love working with her. I consider ourselves a chapter of that charter. Like they are the founding fathers of this payroll support network, and we were honored to become a chapter in the US. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I can go on and on about Jody. Overpaid and under arrest. Like again, a great. Oh my God, what's happening? Damn, I didn't touch my computer. This shit went. Sorry.
Hmm.
Overpaid and under arrest is just one of the, if not the best freaking talking point for payroll true crime. If you didn't
Hmm.
hear it, it's episode 173. Go listen to it. Dean Matthews, another business owner that is just impressive and progressive. He's not afraid of progress and bringing new things in and failing fast and things like failing fast is a key for all this whole season
Yeah.
because right with just William Davis on leadership, the things that we talk, why 78% of Americans say leadership is broken and how to fix it. Brent Skinner, bro, we got into an AI conversation with Brent and that took him down a rabbit hole. He reached out to me after and was
Hmm.
like, what's that book you were talking about? I gotta read it. And
Hmm.
then, last but not least, certainly not least, Kira Rubiano, who is an absolute, I gotta chill here because I feel the emotion already, who is an absolute warrior and is an example of grit,
Hmm.
perseverance, payroll.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing, I mean, holy moly. Go listen to
Yeah.
that. She's been through something crazy. She came back to work way before I thought she would. And that just goes to show you the commitment, the support system that she had. And what resonates for
Yep.
me for her, she was like, yo, when people ask me how I was like, I'm not fine. I'm not fine.
Yeah.
Right. And that's
Yep. She
honest,
came
like,
through real.
right. Like
Yeah.
it's authenticity. Like people don't usually say that, oh, I'm fine. She was like, nah, I'm not fine.
Hmm.
So, what resonant probably maybe that is what resonated the most with listeners. But they was they're so good. What do you think, bro? What do you think? What,
I mean, you kind of without all the episodes. I don't really
still,
nothing I can add
what do you
to it.
what how, saw that? But that was
Um,
your take on them.
so yeah, I agree with everything that you said about all the different specific episodes. Like specifically answering the question,
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know because I don't. I would have to see that we've gotten episodes that people commented on, like when you were speaking on Victoria Manley when she was talking about allyship and all those different things. We got a different type of response online on YouTube,
yeah,
right?
yep,
There were a lot of like negative
yep,
Neds and Nancy's
yep.
on there
That's true.
that didn't like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. So it could vary.
Mm-hmm.
It could vary which platform we're looking at and which social platform we're looking at. So it could really vary. I think it was a good talking point for all those things. And if we could go back, I would be more than happy to go back to any of those episodes and revisit and go deeper into them if we could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I would do that for any of them.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, like, so has this season like changed your perspective on
Yes.
payroll leadership? Has that evolved throughout this season?
I don't know about leadership. I feel like my perspective on leadership is always evolving. The Definitely I came across during this time frame the that quote, and I brought it up with William Davis in that episode about a manager does things right. A leader does the right
Right
things.
things. Yep.
And that resonates with me, right? And I'm just like, wow, that should help anyone define what leadership
Yeah.
is, right?
Yeah.
And then William Davis said, you can be a leader at any position.
Yeah.
From any, you don't have to be the leader
Yeah.
to be a leader,
That's what he said. Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's big. But my perspective on payroll is also definitely constantly evolving through this show, right? Like I tell people all the
Yeah.
time, this show is a cheat code for us because our job makes us better at the show makes us better at the job,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does.
right?
Yeah. 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 I definitely agree with you about that ever changing perspective, right?
Yeah.
Because I could go into one, I've gone into like seasons in the past with one way of thinking in terms of payroll, and then get blown away by somebody else's perspective
Yes.
in the following season. And so it's always forcing me to think and challenge, the way I look at different things and how I process payroll,
Yep.
right? And going back to what you said about those essential skills or those power skills, and
Yep.
just little reframing things like that,
Yep.
it's totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly right.
So like that's it. That's it.
So the next one you got what one behind the scenes story? What's one behind the scenes story that listeners would be shocked or amused to hear? Do you remember one?
Do I remember more from this season? I think it may not be an actual episode,
Okay.
but it might have been like when we were doing some of the commercials or recordings for
Oh
like
my
one of
gosh.
like the little bloopers and stuff like
Yo, that
that.
was
I
hilarious.
all the different cuts and stuff. I think they would.
Yes.
I think listeners would get a kick out of
And
that
I
stuff.
forgot to ask our network buddy partners, leaders about that too. He probably wouldn't even like being called leaders, our network partners about
Yeah.
it because we gotta oh, you did the bloop reel too, right?
No, I didn't.
I
I
thought you
totally
did it.
forgot. Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, so we still got a chance because that was
Yeah.
hilarious. What I can tell you though is if you ever get a chance to talk to Brent Skinner, not
Yeah.
you, our listeners, he's really good at the behind the scenes talk. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
if it's a strategy he has, like if it's intentional, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's intentional because he did it with me when I was on his show, and then he did it with us when he was on our show. And I'm like, this guy is. I think it's intentional that he gets it going. I guess maybe he gets the engines going that way for like
Hmm.
behind the scenes. Like we weren't recording yet, and he's getting into really good conversation.
Yeah.
As a rule, I don't know if the listeners know. As a rule, I do not like to pre-game the show, right? I
Yeah.
think it's something that I learned from Wendy Williams. I don't know if anybody knows that from New York. She was national now, right? She had a
Yeah.
show, she
Sure.
had a talk show. She's national. Unfortunately, she's not doing well mentally. She's like, but anywho, that was one of her rules. She apparently like she would get when she got off the air, she wouldn't talk to the guests. She left it all on the air. So it's just
Yeah.
something as we did this that I kind of took with me, and I was just like, oh, because I used to listen to her show a lot in New York, and she had the afternoon, and I would
Yeah.
listen to her coming home. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah. There's very little like coaching or prompting from us to the
right
to the
to
to
the
the guests and
guests,
stuff like
no,
that. We may ask them like, hey, what do you want to talk
yeah,
about? And then from that we get the
yep,
questions together. We craft those different things and stuff like that. So
yeah,
yeah, man.
it's
So
payroll.
looking ahead, Brian, what do you want to explore more or do differently in season 15, if anything?
Yeah, Okay, well, the first thing that one it's a good question. The first thing that comes to mind for me is that I wanted, and I really may. I mean, we're going to do it eventually anyway for all our shows and stuff like that. But like something that we can do in real time, and it's really only because of Chat GPT. Well, I guess we
Mhm.
could have done it, but it's more work if you know, this is not our full time gig yet. But basically, what I want to do is I want to take the transcripts from every episode, run it through chat, and get the T also the key takeaways from each
Yeah,
show, so
yeah,
that we could share it and say, look,
like we did before. Yeah, right.
yeah, yeah, we did see that was a formal. Yeah, we did that on episode 100. We did that our
Yep,
first
yep,
100 episodes, we dropped all the
yep,
PDFs of the
yep.
keys. But see, like I think we can do it in preparation for this episode, the season in review, and just
Yeah, we could
right and talk about the key points, and then leave it in the show
from the
notes
season.
for the
Yep.
season. So that's why I want to do that for season 15. Right. I want to put out
I like
more
that.
learning tidbits that we call them brain bites from
Yeah.
the episodes, that so people can like just have access to it, so they don't have to listen to the show,
Mhm,
and they can still learn something if they want for payroll.
mhm. Yeah.
um what about you?
No, man, I really like that idea. I would want to definitely get more industry specific payroll folks so they
Yes,
can talk about
that's
it,
a good one.
especially the unique industries, right?
Yes,
Get
yes.
somebody to come on. We may have had somebody in the past talk about union payroll, but I want somebody who's like who can
Deep,
explain that like
deep. They
deep
do
and
it every day, right? They do it
yeah,
every day.
you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like
yeah.
different things
Or
like
they've
that,
done it
like
for a long
different
time. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
construction payroll,
Yep.
like those different types of things, like those industry specific things. I would love to dive into those a little bit more.
You know who we actually
And the OBBB. You
Oh,
down with
heck yeah.
OBB?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, somebody told me they're calling it OB3, so that you don't
You
have
down
to
with
OB
OBB?
You done with OBB? No, that's a good one. Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
god. So who might be, we gotta pick his brain, and Jim, if you're listening, because remember we
Mhm.
had Jim on, but
Yep.
he's in the new season. Go peep that
Yeah.
episode with Jim Cole from Check. What did they call Check Technologies? But it's Check or Checks. I did the same thing on the show with him. I was like, is it Check or Check? I think he said it's Check Technologies. He was telling us about how some of their customers are really using the check system, which is an embedded payroll solution,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
they're creating the industry specific payrolls with the check technology. One of them, the ones that jumped out, is a coffee shop. So it's like
Yes.
maybe we can
Yeah.
have
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe he could help politic that,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
like, hey, you guys want to come on and tell us what you did different, like what's unique about it that you were
Yep.
able to do, you know,
That'd be cool.
that would
That'd
be
be real
awesome.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, because I wanted to go down that rabbit hole for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was,
Yeah. That'd be cool.
right. So I was like, whoa, what? So, and then yeah, man, like we always say, just continue to get better, continue to deliver a great product for our payroll folks. Try to keep it shorter. We always shoot for 30 minutes, but I'm going to be at an hour in a second. I'm sorry, but it's a great, look, it's a season in
I was
review.
trying. I was trying to speed you
I
along.
know but bro, we haven't done a show just me and you in so long. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, no,
I know. I know.
I'm
I was
talking.
like, I was just like,
I
it's
know,
like,
I know.
yep,
I have the game on.
there's a lot of good stuff in there, Brian.
You need to put the
It's a
game
lot of good
on
stuff.
while you do this, so that you don't miss the game either. All right,
All right,
let's
so
wrap it up.
let's get into it, man. This or that. So I got a this or that for you. Music
But
edition.
we got for us. You got to do it too.
Yeah,
Okay,
I am.
okay.
So all right, the 6 questions. We're gonna both answer them as we go. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, Frank Frank. Let me learn how to speak it. Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin.
I say Frank Sinatra. No shades of Dean Martin. Frank Sinatra's songs stick out more to me as a New Yorker.
My way.
Yep, My Way, New
Yep.
York. But I don't know where to fly me to the moon and let me
Yep.
play. Right.
Yeah, but Dean Martin, I love them both, man. I can listen to
I
them both.
probably, yeah. I'm
Some of
sure he did some stuff I like too, but
yeah,
off rip, Frank Sinatra. So you
yep,
say both?
yep. Yeah, I need both. I can listen to
Okay.
them both. I love old school. I
Yeah.
love that those type of voices, man. They have. All right. Number two, Motown classics or '90s R&B.
I gotta say 90s R&B. I like,
Really?
yeah, I
Okay.
like
I thought you were gonna say both.
I almost. I wanted to, but
Okay. Okay.
not really because I haven't listened to Motown classics recently. I listened to 90s
Okay.
R&B more frequently.
Okay.
Yeah. You say both.
'90s, man. Yeah, I say both because
You
I kind
probably
of
do. Yeah.
I listened to more of the oldies with my parents and stuff like that growing up, and then
Yeah.
my
I did
grandma
too. But
showed
do you
me
still
things.
listen
So
to stuff
like
now?
I mostly listen. I listen to a little bit of both, but like if I go to it, it's probably '90s R&B.
You see what I'm
Honestly,
saying? That like that's why I'm like, wait a
yeah,
minute, how do I decide
yeah,
here? And it's
yeah,
easy
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I definitely listen to some 90s R&B
More
at
recently.
least one day a week.
Gotcha, gotcha,
Especially at
gotcha,
work. Like I listen to music a lot at work.
gotcha, gotcha.
Okay.
All right, number three, vinyl records or streaming playlist.
Streaming playlist.
For me, I like vinyl,
You
bro.
have a vinyl player and
Yeah,
you be playing
yep,
records?
yeah.
You're something. You're something.
Yeah, you know, you're
You're
starting to fall.
something.
Yeah, man. I love. For me, I love the sound of it. I don't know why.
Oh,
I
for
feel like it's more
sure.
crisp,
For sure.
and it's just like I
For
love it. I
us, I think
love.
it's something nostalgic about it. There's something that
Yeah,
brings comfort back, for us being over 40.
yeah. And you can still listen to the newer stuff on it too, because you
Absolutely.
can get a vinyl for the newer
Yeah,
stuff
that
too.
yeah, you
Right.
can. You can.
Yeah.
All right. Next
Number
one.
four. Would you rather go to a jazz lounge or a rock concert?
Jazz lounge for me all day. I feel like I know what you're gonna say. You go,
No, I would prefer like the jazz
okay. But you
lounge,
like
like
rock.
rock.
You listen to rock music though, right?
Like certain rock music,
Okay.
like I like Dream On, Aerosmith. That's one of my favorite songs.
Okay.
Um,
I
yeah,
listen to
I
soft
like
rock a lot, like
yeah.
80s
you,
shit,
you,
80s rock.
you know you're not into death metal or anything like that.
No, no metal, no death. No, no.
You can't understand what they're saying.
Mm-mm.
All
I
right,
mean, no,
all right,
definitely not. Yeah, if they're screaming and shit like that, like
yeah,
the the
yeah, yeah.
the most extreme I think rock that I like is Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I don't even know.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, only
Okay,
because
okay,
that Axel could get to screaming sometimes.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
All right, so would you prefer a slow dance ballad or Uptown Funk?
I'm gonna say both there.
Okay,
Yup, because I can definitely get in my feelings with both of them.
all right, there you go. All right, and then last but not least, Elvis Presley or Ray
Ray
Charles?
Charles all day.
Ray Charles, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
No, only because I didn't really. I know he was. I didn't get the lore for
For
Elvis.
Presley?
Yeah, I get that he's a good, definitely a big, some good songs, no doubt. I
Yeah.
just there's some stuff I didn't get. Whereas Ray Charles, I really, there's some songs that I still play and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
I'm definitely. What about you?
I didn't answer number five. So
Oh,
number five,
yeah,
it would probably be like both.
yeah, right.
And then for number six, man, I think Elvis has some. I'm a music
I
person,
know, I know.
so
This is
like
good because I don't know what you were gonna say with this. I know you were gonna surprise me, so this is really good.
like I would have to say both for
Yeah, I
me.
figured that.
Ray Charles, they're kind of both icons in their own right, in their
Absolutely
own
agreed.
way.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So like I would have to choose both. And
Yeah.
if I had to choose one, I may go with Ray Charles, but in this
No,
instance,
you
like
you you gotta,
Elvis Presley,
yeah, because I
has to
honestly,
go.
like, I've never sought out any Presley songs to listen to. I
Gotcha.
have Ray on playlists, like, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
gotcha. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, man, that was dope. Good stuff, man. Yeah,
All right, man. You want to end it with the quote of
yeah,
the day?
no doubt. Success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. No doubt, by Winston
Yes, sir.
Churchill. No
Yes,
doubt,
sir.
man. Yes, bro. And that has been absolutely the theme. Great, amazing, like, look. amazing way to end this episode because that like really caps off the season. We're always in a season of growth, right? And there's different
Yep.
themes of that growth. And that has definitely been the theme for this growth is that you got to get yourself to each through failure. And I think we talked about failing fast a lot on the
Yeah,
season.
you
Like that
said
was like
that.
a kind of a
Yep.
recurring phrase. Somebody changed it recently. Instead of failing fast, it was something else, but I forget. But yeah, yeah, man, that's a great way to end it, yo. And let me
Yeah. Oh, bro.
stop talking everybody to death.
No,
Man,
you're
I
good,
missed
man.
it. Oh,
You're good.
we're right about at that hour mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's gonna cut down with everything. So
Not if I'm editing. No, I'm editing, but
this
it
thing,
ain't gonna cut down much because
it'll be like 55.
I don't know. Because sometimes, depending on the mood, I'm like, oh well, boop, posted.
Or,
I don't know. Pete did that to me. He's like, I just posted unedited. I'm like, oh, and we're at this point where we don't. There's not much to edit out, but yeah,
yeah, yeah.
with the uhs and ums, I do cut out uhs and ums, so that might bring it down below.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
anywho, folks, we love you, man. Till the next time, peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.